This is Alligator, the Atari 8-bit podcast.
But actually now I come to think of it, assembly language is easier than C++. God, C++ is a total different concept.
This is Antic, the Atari 8-bit podcast. I'm Kevin Savitz. Amy Liu was a programmer at Atari. Her name was Amy Chen at the time. She wrote Touch Typing, which was released by Atari on cassette in 1980. Also wrote an unreleased game called Alligator, and Amoeba, a debugger utility that was used internally at Atari to create assembly language games. This interview took place on May 2nd, 2017. In it, we talk about Paul Laughton and Lane Winner and Chris Crawford, all of whom I previously interviewed.
But first of all, what was your job at Atari? What was your job title?
Boy, I was calculating, this is like 30 to 35 years ago.
Right.
What was I tried to find my resume. I couldn't even find a copy of my resume. So what was my title? I guess I don't know what the official was. Maybe engineer?
Okay. Cool.
I don't know. I can't remember. Design. No, not designer. I know. Engineer, some kind of engineer. Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to start before the beginning, before you were hired by Atari. I would like the prehistory, any education, were you into computers, kind of the run-up to how you ended up there, please.
Oh, it was really interesting. Remember, this is 1980. Well, I never had, I did have a computer education in Taiwan, short courses. And but I was a literature major in undergraduate, and so it was and I came find my first job here. I guess that time they need a lot of female. Mm-hmm. With my field engineering background, not like Berkeley, nowadays. I ended up engineering job, computer job. That was that's the beginning of my engineering career.
When did you come to the United States?
I guess 1976.
Okay. And you came here for school?
For master degree.
Okay. In
linguistics.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
So that's why I said, yeah, it's interesting.
So how did you go from a master's degree in linguistics to working with computers and programming?
Yeah, well, because I came to my husband, found a job here at the Hewlett-Packard. Mm-hmm. And guess what the other job can I do besides engineering? Is engineering. And with my few courses, short courses in Taiwan, I applied. And because I always keep my husband company in the Indiana University for his engineering, computer science master degree. So I sort of knew few engineering things. So I applied at that time. I guess they need a female, and they hired me. You
applied to Atari?
No, Atari was my second job.
Oh, so the first job was at HP?
No, Datamatic. I don't know. I don't think they are there anymore.
Datamatic. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you feel like they hired you because they needed women in the job?
I don't know. Actually, programming is easy for me.
Yeah.
Coding actually is not that hard. Understanding the whole concept of computer science as a degree is hard. But programming isn't hard itself.
What language were you using at Datamatic?
Oh, they were using a BASIC. Mm-hmm. There's a language called BASIC.
Sure. Uh-huh. And what were you doing there? What were you programming?
I think they wrote software for car dealer.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you're at Datamatic, and how did you end up leaving Datamatic and going to Atari?
Oh, I guess the company is going to close down for car dealer,
Sure.
And Atari, I didn't know much about Atari, so I applied and got the job.
So what did they put you to work doing there at Atari?
I think the first Maybe you should talk to Paul Laughton. He probably knows. I think the first software I wrote was the touch typing, which I think is very good. It's using I think I wrote it with BASIC to do to teach people how to do touch typing. And I couldn't get a hold of that copy now. And then I started working for Amoeba Assembly Language because it's a game company.
All right. Yeah. So, I didn't know you wrote touch typing. So that was published in 1980. Came out on cassette. I'm looking at this. Yeah.
They still have a record of touch typing?
Yes. I'm looking at the screenshots in the manual online right now.
Touch typing, that was good. They made a product. I don't know if they made the Amoeba into a product. Did they?
So Amoeba. All right. So the story of Amoeba, which I think. So did you do Amoeba right after touch typing?
I think. Like this is 35 years ago.
Sure.
And I retired from programming in 1998. So this has been a long time.
Sure. So the Amoeba thing, nobody knew about. Nobody in the Atari community had ever heard of this until about a month ago when I went onto eBay and I bought some Atari Program Exchange discs from somebody. And as part of the lot, there was this disc that said Amoeba. And
really? You can buy a software from Atari now? Oh.
No, this was on eBay. Just someone had
eBay.
Yeah.
No
someone
way.
Had old discs on eBay. So it had this disc on it. So I digitized the disc, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So I posted it to one of the Atari communities, and they figured out that it was a debugger that no one had ever heard of. I guess it was only used at Atari. It was never made a product. But some of the nerds who are really into programming the Atari say it's the best debugger they've ever seen. They are amazed by it. They love it.
You know why it's called Amoeba?
Amy's Debugger?
Yeah. It was so fun.
That's what Paul said.
Yeah.
So was this developed as an internal tool for programmers at Atari?
I don't know, actually. This is probably you have to ask the management about it. I thought it looks like it's for the internal use because they developed for developing the game. I think it was for the game developer. But did they make it into a product? I don't know. But I know touch typing was more like a product.
Yes.
Touch typing is good. You should try that one.
We'll try it. Maybe it'll teach me to be a decent typist after all these years.
Yeah, and it has not just touch typing. I think it's a sentence recognition. It knows what you type wrong.
Right.
You
don't have the machine anymore?
Yeah, I don't have the machine anymore. Yeah.
So tell me about Amoeba. I mean, did they just say we need a debugger? Go create it, and did they give you any direction?
No, it was since internal. It wasn't. There was no detail or specification. I think the engineer called specification for the project. I think I wrote it on. Is it on the 6502 processor?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
That is the same processor as the Apple, the primitive Apple.
Yes. The Apple II.
Processor. Yeah, I remember I read something about the 6502 processor. Yeah.
Was that your first assembly language program, or had you done other 6502?
No, that was the first one. That was a hard one. From a basic programmer to assembly language. But actually now I come to think of it, assembly language is easier than C++.
I believe that.
Yeah, oh my God. C++ is a total different concept.
Was there any specification or anything for the touch typing?
I tell you, Atari was one of the best company. Not much specification at that time. It was so lucky to be an engineer at that time.
Yeah.
You know, like Paul was a chemistry or was a physics major, or I forgot his major. All these people coming from different backgrounds, not just computer science. We had a great time. The company was so relaxed. Oh, now my daughter is an engineer, and they work so hard as an engineer now. It's different. Yeah. I miss those days. So there was no specification. I think there was no specification.
All right, so you did touch typing, and then you did Amoeba, and then what came next? Do you remember?
I think then I started working on the game called Alligator.
Alligator.
But I think the Alligator never got finished.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
No.
Alligator.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Alligator?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a simple one. No, it's so stupid game. It's just shooting things. It's an alligator cross some kind of river, and then there are things passing the string, and you try to grab it, eat it. You know, it's like a ping pong game, that type of primitive game. It was nothing.
This was. You're not confusing it with Frogger, are you?
No, Frogger was a big thing. I think it's all that kind of a game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all kind of like that game. Everybody imitating, because Frogger sold so well.
Right.
It was a big sale.
So was this sort of a copy of Frogger?
It's not copy, just everybody come up with the idea, eating something, gobble up something.
Right.
Yeah. What was that game? That shooting the inner space. Yeah.
Star Raiders?
Star Raiders, oh my God. Yes, Star Raiders. Star Raiders.
All right, so you worked on Alligator, and was that an assembly language program as well?
Yes, all game were all game developed on the assembly language.
And do you have any reason why that wasn't released?
I don't know. No, we didn't care much about the end product.
Right. Huh. Did it get finished, or was it abandoned before it was done?
It probably was abandoned before it was done. Then we went to something else. I forgot. Okay.
Well, that's the next question: is what did you work on next? And I guess if you don't remember what was next,
I don't know, because the major thing is touch typing was the one that got completed. Amoeba got completed too, but I don't know if they made it a product.
Which one? Amoeba, right? No, that
Amoeba,
was never.
I don't know. I didn't know. Then the Alligator, I think I finished half. I forgot. Then went to something else. The company become chaos. It become making so much money. It become chaotic. Yeah, that became making so much money. All this sales, royalty going on in the company.
Did you get any royalties from touch typing?
No.
Or
that was at the
anything?
beginning. That wasn't the game. I think only the game programmer got the royalty. Definitely not Amoeba. Amoeba didn't get any royalty. Yeah.
Right, that never sold.
They never sold. Yeah.
What other projects do you remember working on?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. So you worked on Gay Ray Atari, which you worked, which is the book about how to program the Atari system, and you apparently wrote Appendix C, all about the Atari cassette interface.
I did?
Yes. You're credited for it anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the title of the article?
It was a book published by Atari. It was called Ray Atari. According to it, you wrote Appendix C, all about the Atari cassette and how it stores data to the cassette drive. And
really?
Apparently, you don't remember this. Nice.
It's under Amy Chen.
Amy Chen, yeah.
It was under Amy Chen. Okay. Oh. Why did I write it?
Well, it was published in 82, I think.
Do you, is it a digit?
Yeah, I can send you a link here.
Archive?
Atari Archive, yeah, click that one.
Yeah, okay. So number 10, number appendix C. Oh, okay, Atari cassette overview.
Click on that.
Uh-huh.
And apparently this is what you wrote.
I have to read it carefully. As a discussion. They have why do they have a website like that? People are still crazy about Atari?
Yeah, people are still crazy about Atari.
No way. But where can you get Atari? I donated all the older software, all the older system.
You know, people want them today. You can still go get them on eBay, of course. And then there are still little companies that sell Atari gear, you know, old fixed up Atari computers. You can still buy them new, basically. Then
somebody has to maintain it. Who is going to support it? The company who has the knowledge to maintain?
It's all hobbyists. It's people who like old computers. Where it says Dere Atari, A Guide to Effective Programming by Chris Crawford, Lane Winner, Jim Cox, Amy Chen. You see it there?
Chris Crawford. Oh, yes, yeah.
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 And if you click on the preface.
Oh, Lane Winner. Oh, no, Lane. Did he become... Lane, my God. Jim Cox. No. Oh, yes, I see my name.
There you are.
Oh, Donna. Oh, my God. These people. Oh, gosh, yes. But it doesn't mean that article is written by Amy Chen. How do you know which is...
If you go to hit the preface link, which I think is the first link there.
Preference,
And then the last paragraph of the preface link, it says the Software Support Development Group wrote this book, and it says in there Amy Chen wrote Appendix C.
Oh my God. Okay, this is precious. Thank you for the information. I'm so glad I talked to you. So all this name popping out, memory. Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, tell me a story. Now that we've got these names in your head, tell me something about Lane or Jim or anybody.
Oh, they are all nerds. Now you look at their own nerds. They are nerds. Chris Crawford, he is. They are all very creative. Like Lane Winner, he I don't know about Chris' background. I know Lane. Wasn't like me, wasn't a professional, how do you say, educated professional programmer, computer science engineer. Mm-hmm. We were both coming out from not related computer field. Jim Dunn, Where is Lane? I know Paul told me where Chris is. He's in the north somewhere.
Lane, I interviewed Lane about a year ago. I don't remember where he lives geographically. I think he still might be in the Bay Area somewhere, but his interview is online if you care to listen to it. But yeah, he worked at Atari for a decade and did a bunch of things. Chris is still making games and doing programming things.
Yeah, he is. He's more like a hardcore engineer.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a hardcore engineer. I guess that's a word, hardcore. I was lucky to become a programmer. And Paul Laughton is also a hardcore programmer.
Yes, he is.
Because I got married and I married and I retired from programming for a long time. So I'm like a guest to the programming world.
The visitor?
Yeah, a visitor, yes.
I know we're getting into things that you've forgotten about clearly. So, but tell me what else you remember about being there? Other projects, other people? How long were you there? How long did you work at Atari?
Is it 3 to 4 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 to 4 years. And we were so gracious that I think, you see, I only remember the not important thing, like we received a turkey as a Christmas gift. from Bushnell. That was great at that time. That was a great gift. But nowadays, boy, what does people get? Wow. I don't remember much. Just I had a great time there.
Good.
People were very kind, and there was less competition. I think nowadays there's so much competition, and at that time people were working there for the job, just like the job. Mm-hmm. Nowadays people think about stock options. How can I get to make more money in the next company? At that time, people were more relaxed. It was a good time. It was a good time.
Good. Good. Do you remember on Amoeba, was it finished? Because the version we found might not be the final version. We're wondering if you were done with it.
I think it was done to me at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think now I remember the most challenging for me is for developing a debugger for a game is that you can only break it when the screen the screen get refreshed. I don't know how many times. Every time they reach the button, that's when you can stop. They can give you an interrupt. Mm-hmm. At that time, then you can do the program as a debugger. You can set up a lot of things for the developer to do. That was challenging. Yeah.
I bet.
And that only applies to game developing.
Why did you leave? How did your time at Atari come to an end?
What was the next job? I think I went to Xerox. It's just a bigger company.
Yeah.
Oh, because then at the end, I think Atari become a royalty kind of become more competitive. Mm-hmm. People now developing for getting the royalty, and we get the pressure from the upstairs.
Sure.
So then I changed to Xerox, which is a very good company, and then also goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Were there many other women there at Atari with you?
No, there were not many. Just like nowadays. Probably less at that time.
Yeah. So did it feel unusual to be a female programmer in that industry?
At that time, yeah, I guess so. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do today?
Retire.
Uh-huh.
I retired 1998, so it's been a while.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you? How do you spend your time?
Oh, I paint. So I looked up Joe Miller. He's also a painter too now.
Is that another Atari name? I don't know that name.
Atari name, yes.
Okay.
He was a hardcore engineer. Now he's a painter.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Do you keep in contact with him?
No, just start looking. And actually, I haven't in touch with many of the engineers. I mean, I retired. They were still in the computer business, so lost the contact.
All right.
Okay. Well, if I come up with anything, I'll write to you.
Yes, please do. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Amy.
If you enjoy these interviews and would like to contribute, there are two ways you can help. You can help fund these interviews directly by contributing to my Patreon. A small monthly contribution will help offset the expenses of making these oral history interviews. Contribute at patreon.com/Savitz. Or make a tax-deductible contribution to the Internet Archive, a nonprofit digital library that has done incredible things to preserve computer history. Make your tax-deductible contribution at archive.org/donate. Thanks.